What are you doing?
Ow.
Cut! This is a challenge right here. I don't know what she is doing behind this camera. Hey lovelies, we are back again. It's Kiki with My Sister's Keeper. And so today we are going to be all about the woohoo! Yes. Okay, so you might be saying, Kiki, what are you talking about? What's the woohoo? So when we first talked about My Sister's Keeper and us as a tribe, as a community, what are some of the things we were going to be doing and talking about on this channel? And one of the things that we talked about is challenges, challenging yourself. So in order to create a world without limits for yourself, you have to challenge yourself at times and you have to get out of your comfort zone. So one of the things that women, sometimes we struggle with, not all women, we struggle with doing things alone. Okay, we can't help it. We're very social creatures and we were meant for connection, men and women alike. Okay, this is not just for, just women talking about that social aspect. Men need it too. But as women, that's something that's even more hardwired into our system, I believe. But sometimes it's good to just do things alone. And some of you might be saying, I'm turning this off already. But don't turn it off yet, because guess what? There might be some things that you say, yeah, I do that alone. Yeah, I do that alone. But I want to challenge you to do some other things that you might not have thought about. Okay? So we're doing the woohoo. So as we're talking about the woohoo, because we're not talking about a challenge, we're talking about the woohoo. I'm going to talk about my woohoos. Okay? So one of my woohoos that I did for my birthday last year was I traveled solo. Oh my God. And it was amazing. Amazing. Now, I'm going to caution you, as a single woman traveling by myself, there were several things that I just decided that were for safety reasons. I made sure that I did. So number one, I didn't post it on Instagram, Facebook. I didn't do things like that because you never know who's watching. And so I didn't want people to know. So I just thought, for safety reasons, I'm not going to blast it. I told close family and friends. I told everybody where I was going. I used an app so that people knew where I was. Did my parents kind of freak out? Just a little bit. Because here I am. I'm going to some place that I've never been before by myself. And I also did not go to a foreign country yet. That's my next challenge. That's one of my woohoos, is I'm going to do that. I stayed here in the United States and I went to San Francisco. San Francisco has an amazing transportation system. It's a beautiful city, very cold. I was not expecting that part, but absolutely gorgeous. I booked tours and I met different people. I remember I went to, which is another woohoo, I went to dinner alone, of course. I met this techie guy and we started talking and chatting, and it was a lot of fun. And also it boosted my own confidence and my own self-esteem. It was like, wow, I did this. So that was one of my woohoos, doing something by myself. A woohoo moment that's more a little bit of an easier challenge is I went to the beach by myself, sunrise, and just watched the sunrise by myself. I got my journal. I just went out there, sat down, and just waited for the sun to rise and was just there alone with my thoughts. And just watched the waves come in, and it was just so serene and so peaceful. And from that woohoo, it really gave me not so much, it wasn't a confidence booster, but it was a peace booster. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it really did just give me a sense of, I'm gonna be okay. When you watch the tide go in and the tide go out, it made me think about, okay, the sun rises and the sun sets, this water comes in and comes, and it's okay. and I'm not consumed, I'm not overwhelmed. And so things that might be happening in my life, I don't have to be overwhelmed by them. I don't have to be consumed with certain things because life has a way of it working itself. It works itself out. So it really gave me that serenity. There we go. So that was one of my woohoos. Another woohoo that I recently did is I went to take a new gym class. So I had been avoiding, yes, I had been avoiding Bodyworks plus Abs class at my gym. And it's basically weightlifting. So I had done weightlifting with a friend before, but that's one of the things that I've really been kind of very challenged in, is that I don't want to do weights by myself. Some of you could probably be like, girl, I know what you're talking about. Some of you are like, you're ridiculous. But that's me, you know? And like I said, your woohoo moment might be something different from somebody else, but that was for me. So I said, you know what? I really, really need to do weights. So I'm going to try this Bodyworks plus Abs class. Because the other part that I was like, oh my God, what if it's too much? What if I'm, these people looking at me? And I think that's an issue with, just doing the weights. So I kept avoiding it, kept avoiding it. So finally I went, woohoo! And I totally enjoyed it. Then I decided to try another class on a Wednesday night, and it was amazing. I felt good. The energy was amazing in the room. And so, yeah, now I'm going. And it's funny, I did the same thing when I did the Zumba class, because I've always felt like I somehow when they were passing out rhythm, it kind of bypassed me. And so, but I picked up Aki, yeah, and kind of held that with me. I know that's like a 80s word. Bear with me. So I was really concerned about taking Zumba because I'm like, I'm so uncoordinated. This is not going to work. I am so in love with Zumba. It's my favorite class. Went to one tonight. So that was another one of my woohoos. One that I already mentioned was, and this is a struggle for some people, for some of us, is going to dinner by yourself. Because in going to dinner by yourself, it really does help you to not care about what other people are thinking. Because automatically in your mind, you start thinking, oh my God, they're going to think I'm this, or they think I'm this, or I'm lonely, or I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that. And it really does help you to be like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to sit here and savor my food and savor this moment. And so that's what you got to do when you go out to dinner by yourself. Just savor the moment. Don't think about what anybody else says. Don't think about table for one. Don't worry about any of that. Just go savor the moment. Enjoy the textures of the food, the smell, and make sure you go someplace that's really nice ambiance. I went to some place that was on the water, so I can just sit outside and just take all that in. So take yourself out to dinner. It's really, really great. I just realized when I was talking about taking the new class, I didn't talk about the effect that it made on me. And taking that new class really pushed me out of my comfort zone. So that's what that did for me. And so, when I took the Zumba, even though I was hesitant with the Bodyworks plus Abs, eventually it helped me. And so when you take have those little woohoo moments, right? It helps you to gain a little more access to, and it also helps your doors to open and your windows to spread wide open, and those limitations that you've had over yourself, they start to lift and they start to just kind of open up a little bit more. One thing that I really enjoy doing, and I have another friend of mine who really enjoys doing it as well, is going to the movies by myself, especially like going to a matinee, grabbing some popcorn, honey, and just sitting there and eating that popcorn. It's beautiful. And in that, it's just, I love to do that because number one, movies is one of my favorite pastimes, but I'm enjoying my own company. And sometimes going out by yourself, doing these things, you have to learn how to enjoy your own company. Because if you don't enjoy you, what makes you think other people are going to enjoy you? Seriously? Come on. No. So you want to enjoy your own company. So these are some of the things I did. And I am going to challenge you to make your own woohoo moment. Woo! Now, do you have to do as many as I did? No. But I want you to challenge yourself to do one. I was reading an article in Women's Day online, and the link is going to be below. And it was talking about 39 things, fun things a woman should do by herself. So one of the cute ones it talked about was baking a cake and just eating it. Just you. After you bake that cake, cut a big old slice, eat it. Celebrate you. Another one it talked about was experimenting in the kitchen. Another one it talked about is just getting lost. Whoever thought about that? To just get lost. Just don't even think about direct. Don't put on Google Maps. Just do it. Find your way back to where you were. So all these different things. So I want you to click on the link, go to the Women's Day article that I have there, and I want you to comment what your challenge is going to be. Maybe your challenge is going to be one of the things that I talked about. Traveling solo, going to dinner by yourself, going to the movies by yourself. Start small. You know, one of the things in the Women's Day article it talked about is just gazing at the star by yourself. Just sitting out on a park bench, looking up at the stars. Laying out on the beach by yourself. But I want you to create your woohoo moment. Okay? So don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel, My Sister's Keeper. We are here for you. I cannot wait for all of your challenges that I'm going to see. And as you tell me about those woohoo moments. Love you guys.